stream in a second. I'm going to put that in the description so I don't get in trouble for it. And if I do, I'm so sorry. I profusely apologize. I profusely apologize. So this one is going to be about how to connect with like a Hierophant energy as a woman, and the annoying things that can take place for a woman if you cannot connect with her, and how it's annoying because the woman is on the right side. She is always right, so she knows as you're looking at it, she's always right. Okay, this is how you know. But if you stand within in it as an encompassment, she's actually on the left hand side. So I just wanted to let everybody know this is how this works, to be specific. So men sit on the aspect of judgment as well. Men can sit on that side of the stream. It's pretty simple. And they do. In everyday life, for example, you get lords in the criminal justice system, and they sit in the House of Lords, and they are sitting in an aspect of judgment. Okay? This is what they do. This is their job. Right? So, now I'd like to digress aspects of division that can take place. I am a alpha feminine archetypal energy. So what does that mean? Because I'm a little bit moody, I'm not happy, but I'm going to go for it anyway. So what does it mean to be a feminine archetypal alpha energy in this realm? To understand aspects of being a feminine energy, like what does she bring to the table? Well, for example, like I just said, the woman is always right. That's a good analogy to make. Because she sits on that tree. She's always right. Like, the woman is always right. Like, if you have an argument with a woman, she can give you everything. You will just have to sit there and say, okay, by the end of it. Because you're a masculine energy. If you want to fight, then she's going to give you one. And it comes from an aspect of understanding. So you can understand. So you can gain that wisdom knowledge. And it is like that. And it's a general consensus because she sits in her emotions more than you do. So I argue splendor and emotions. I argue that. Splendor and emotions on the tree. I argue the division. Because the woman is very emotional. And they say it's hers, and then they say the man is the sun. So I argue the sun and the moon. I'm going to say that. I think both should be in the middle. Anyway. So in this, I want to underpin aspects of engagement to an aspect of marriage. So what does this partake? An aspect of engagement for the woman is you give her a ring. An aspect of marriage, you give her another ring. But you give her a ring. An engagement, I do have the idealization of this. And so really that's what that's about. I do have an idealization of you being my forever partner, my forever, because I wouldn't marry somebody if I didn't know. Like, I actually wouldn't do it if I didn't know. Like, in physical realm, I wouldn't do it if I didn't know, and I've never married. So in that concept and aspect of marriage, I don't know because I've never experienced it. But I can imagine what it's like if you pick the wrong partner. And, I know how easy it is to walk away from that person if you don't have kids. But I know how easy it is to walk away from that person if you don't have, a binding contract. So it can work both ways in understanding aspects of, like, am I sure but you will always know if you were sure. If you ain't sure, then just don't. Like, just don't. Because has anybody ever bowed down to me and asked to marry me? Yes, they have. And I didn't know what to say. I was just a bit embarrassed. This guy isn't, didn't stay. He didn't stay. He didn't commit. He didn't even commit for his kin. He didn't do anything, right? And I can't say anymore. But he didn't do those things, right? And it's very important because it's an energy as well. Because it's never happened otherwise, only that one time. So you have to be really understanding the significance of that energy that was taken, or if it was taken, what it would exude. So you have to be careful when you take energy, okay? So another thing is that I want to get into is that if we go to I do energy, that's just like the middle aspect of the tree, which I don't have it, but it's in the middle. It's yellow. So quickly Google it. If you haven't, go back to one of my videos because it'll be there. And you can see I do energy, and it's literally, that's all it is. They require an aspect of money or monetary gains. They're stable. They love enough to rise to a I do energy. And it's kind of as simple as that. Now you can get to the emotional, you can get to the intellectual, and you can get to the physical. 9 times out of 10, people who marry, they're in a physical concept. They're in a physical realm. They're physically connecting with you. Because a man, no offense guys, but a man will look at a woman and just go, she's mine. Just by looking at her. And it's true. Okay? And then you get guys who are emotionally and intellectually, okay, and spiritually, and that's another banger, right? So there's like a lot of connotations that we can take from understanding how to rise a woman, okay, how to rise her, because you have to really realize that she never rises you, right? The woman will never rise you. She will always expect you to rise her. And it's not about taking something away or gaining something from that. It's just about you loving her. I've got 5%, so I need to hurry up. So under this ideology, it's separate from everything I've done before, but it's a closer link to one video I've done before. But it's about really understanding the emotional connection. So for guys out there, this one's for the guys. It's an emotional connection first. It's spiritual, which is rare. And then there's a obviously body, which is easy if you like the woman. And then there's emotional, physical, sexual, and emotional, physical and sexual go together, right? So we have and intellectual. So there's 4 definitions to sort of encompass a Kabbalic stream. This is how you will understand whether you and that other person is worthy of each other. And it's really hard to find someone like this. But you always have to connect to those streams of energies in order for you to rise, right? And it's not a bad thing, but it's also an aspect of, a spiritual significance. It's a rise. It's like this, but it's in a different way. Okay? So this is like a counselling concept for like married people, I guess. But I've never been married, but I can understand how you need to connect in at least spiritual, emotional, spiritual, emotional, physical, and intellectual. And also, there's another one. I think I might have said it, but I'm not sure. But it all encompasses. If not, I'll be in the description. But it's about encompassing all those aspects of us so that we can actually make that as an aspect of understanding marriage work, because if you don't have those things, and it's not all about physical, because a guy might not sit there and say, oh, my stream is just a plastic Barbie with like she has to have fake boobs and stuff with a butt that's like, all these things. Because you've got to realise, like, if a guy is with somebody who's like that, who has these things, they will see the trauma, the pain, everything that woman's gone through just to have that body. They will really understand the deep significances, and it depends what kind of lifetime you're on, what time of link you're on. Because it's not too bad. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going through it together. So you have to realise that you will go down that path together. Like, she'll feel the pain, she'll hurt, like she might have an infection or something like that if she had this. A lot of people don't, but some people do. So it's really about, where are you at in this lifetime to understand what do you need to understand in this lifetime. So I'm very spiritual. I'm a very spiritual woman. So my ideology would be very emotional and spiritual, and that's where I would normally hit. They're my radars. So when somebody hits me with like a physical stream, it's kind of like, I've done this work, why am I doing it again type thing. And I do sit there, and I don't mean to be, well, I'm not insulting anybody, because you're not insulting me either. So there's a difference. So what stream are you on to try and degradate somebody? Because you shouldn't even be degrading as well. So when you understand an aspect of rising, you rise your queen. Okay, this is counterpart energy. This is deep. Okay, you rise your queen, right? So let's forget all that. You have it all intact. Okay, you come together, and then you rise your queen. You don't use manipulative tactics or anything like that, because it's not going to work. And if it does, then it's dead already. Okay, so it will never be a true significance. You always have to come real, open, raw. And even if you can't do that, then it goes short what type of personality you are. So it's really hard. Like, it depends what you are doing. It depends what your role is, and it depends what you want to create in that specific moment. And you can be manipulative all you like, but the truth will come out, and it will always remain that you wasn't honest, and there wasn't a true calling for your position in the first place. So it kind of works both ways. I like, if somebody did it to me, I wouldn't hold that guilt. It would be the other person, for example. It would be the other person. It'd be theirs, it wouldn't be mine, because I'm not here to do that. And if it falls on somebody else who was misdeceived, then it'll fall on the person who did that. Okay, so I'm spiritual enough to know that. Okay, and I'm spiritual enough to know that there's emotionality to everybody, and it comes with the tides and waves in an astrological understanding. So I'm not stupid. Like, I'm with it. So we can understand certain types of things that can influence us, make us a particular moment at a particular time, maybe more flirtatious than normal. Like, I have Venus and Pisces. I'm a flirtatious person in general. So in a way, I've got Lilith and Libra as well. So people might just think that I am that. But maybe I'm very reserved at the time. So it can go both ways. Okay? And for someone like me, I would need somebody who is a stronger masculine energy, securer in his energy, to know that that's not what I'm after. It's just my energy, because he'll feel it anyway. But it's just my energy, what it exudes. So it's natural order, because the natural order is astrology. So it'll always encompass a truth. But at the same time, you can't push an aspect of truth when the truth isn't it as well. So in the physical realm, we can marry. I'm going to get to this quickly. In the physical realm, we can marry, and then we can be I do, but you still have to rise on Empress and Hierophant energy. So you have to rise on understanding and wisdom to meet in the middle, because this is the finish. So it's almost like, this is the only way I can explain it, is that when you go walk down the aisle, you are fine. You can see your life flash before you. I don't know, because I've never done it. But it's weird. Spiritually, it's almost like how to underpin a marriage is you walk through it, you feel your life, it flashes before you. And it's almost like you marry, I do, and then you rise more. Are you happy about are you happy? Is that going to take you? I mean, I've never spoken to anybody about this, but you know, I've seen much laughter with some people who get married. I've seen much seriousness as well with other people that get married. But there's an element there. Are you going to last? You know, I've seen people walk down the aisle laughing their heads off. They're going to last. You know, and then you see people when they walk down the aisle, they're serious. There's a difference. And it's about love. And if you can take that love with you, you rise to I know I love. I can do this. This is easy. So it depends really, I think, on what type of relationship you would like, what type of relationship you would feel when you connect with that person. Is that person trustworthy? If you can trust that person, then go with them all the way. You'll be laughing. If you can't trust that person, then you're going to be unsure. It's normal and it's natural. And I can just see it because I've experienced an observation of it. I can't say I've done it because I don't. So, you know, you can tell me I'm wrong all you want. I'm not bothered. But this is what I see when I look into Kabbalah. This is what I see when I look into people that have been married. They can rise an aspect of understanding and an Empress energy and wisdom and rise to that. I know I'm going to be with you forever. That's theirs. They created a whole tree. Okay? That's a whole structure you could never ever break. Right? So this is how, it's almost like, this is how I can understand like why people might be secretive of their tree, why you can't take their tree, and also how you know, you can also break others' tree because they haven't got their masculine dominant energy there to take them. And it's quite sad really, because you know, like I am a single woman. I have never been married. I've had children. I bore children from, you know, and I am a single woman, so I couldn't be with these. They didn't give me what I needed. They didn't rise me into my pure essence, my bud, my flower, if you like. But as an observational perspective, I can see how to rise a queen. And I've done it as well in a Kabbalic understanding of an aspect of emotionality and intellectual basis. And I've done it in a spiritual connotation. And I just needed to do it in a physical realm. So I haven't done it yet. So it's different for me because I'm coming to you from a different side of the spectrum. Like I'm showing you in a different side of what it means. Because a lot of people are very physical and very emotional. So there's I'm coming from a different side. I'm coming from a spiritual, and you know, I'm coming from that side. I understand it emotionally as well. So I'm coming from that side to bridge that tree, the Asherah, Ashe, to rise you all to an aspect of understanding and I know energies, because we deserve love. We deserve splendor. We deserve an aspect of judgment so we can judge ourselves and support ourselves. We rise in those concepts to an aspect of Hierophant and understanding Empress energy, because we nurture each other and we understand each other and we grow aspects of wisdom from that. And it alternates and it's natural. And then you rise into an I know. Okay? And to be married, I guess that would be a way forward. But to be fully satisfied, you have to just know. And I think I learned this from my sister. And that's it. I'm done. I hope you all saw the Northern Lights and the Southern Lights. It was beautiful. If you like my content, like and subscribe, and there'll be more. My name is Gemma Haley. I am an advanced occultist and a criminologist and a mother of 2. Take care.